I like Dad's Little Princess.
This is how 11-year-old Mari Mendoza would describe herself. Her family says she's just an ordinary little girl who's fighting an extraordinary battle.
Vivacious, very strong-willed, a real fighter, to say the least. An inspiration.
But she still thinks about other kids that are sick, and she don't think about herself. But she's a strong girl.
Now, Mari is facing the fight of her life, one that brings her mother, Connie, to tears. She's been battling reoccurring brain tumors since she was 4. It's a disease called anaplastic ependymoma, and if you haven't heard of it, you're not alone. Doctors say it's a very uncommon condition.
It's rare, even in people who specialize in brain tumor therapy.
Dr. Michael Shea is a physician at Sonoran Desert Oncology in Yuma. And although he may not be Mari's doctor, he's all too familiar with the many risks that go along with her disease.
They don't learn as quickly. Their memories tend to be impaired. They tend not to have the energy levels other normal people do. Most people with ependymomas don't go on and live full normal lives.
So what exactly is anaplastic ependymoma? It's a tumor that originates in the central nervous system. Mari's tumor is located in a very delicate spot of the brain known as the fourth ventricle.
Every nerve that controls everything in your body goes through an area about as big as your thumb. And so you can imagine that trying to operate on an area like that and to deal with such tiny structures that are encased in a lot of tumors is not an easy thing to do.
But even when doctors do decide to operate, nothing seems to work.
The last surgery was in May 2009, and within 6 weeks of that time, the tumor, a new tumor, had grown to 50% of the one we just had removed.
Even chemotherapy and radiation can't seem to do the trick. So now the only thing Mari can do is try to live her life as normally as possible. She can't walk on her own, and as you can see, she needs the help of her father to physically pick her up and lift her limbs. Taking care of Mari has become a 24/7 job.
All through the night, I get up and check on her. I sleep 3 hours a night checking on her, because I worry about her a lot, because she breathes funny sometimes. She forgets to breathe.
No matter what obstacles she faces, Mari tries her best to carry on like a normal 11-year-old girl. Still, her condition limits many facets of her life.
It was last year. I went to 5th grade, and then I just stopped because I couldn't go.
Her condition grew too bad for Mari to attend school, so now she spends her days at home with her mom. And even though her smile lights up the room, there's no questioning that behind this brave exterior lies a girl who is deeply scared.
But when you're fighting for your life every day, there is no reservations. There are tough days, and it wears down on her, and she gets emotional. And I think with that is what pushes her fight forward.
At this point, Mari's family isn't exactly sure what their future holds, but they know one thing is certain. They will not let Mari give up. And maybe that's because they love her so much, or maybe because they see the resilience and sheer bravery that Mari exudes each and every day she suits up and gets ready for battle.
In my mind, I see, I'm strong.
Truly a very brave little girl, and just a few weeks ago, Mari underwent another risky tumor resectioning. She's now headed to a rehab center where her family hopes she'll gain enough strength to be able to travel to the Philippines for what they say is a revolutionary treatment. The procedure involves harvesting Mari's own stem cells and supercharging them, perhaps making her able to fight off this cancer for good. For News 11, I'm Nick Ciletti.